grow, and tell a friend or two. SciFiSurplus.com.
Old Rebellion Light presents real carbon-based life forms of exceptional intelligence.
Real carbon-based life forms of exceptional intelligence.
Today we salute you, Mr. Overinformed Local Alien.
Mr. Overinformed Local Alien.
Sure, you mine some mineral found in abundance on your planet by day, but by night you're plugged into the goings-on of every happening within 10 light years.
How'd you find the time?
Imperial fleet movements, vast government conspiracies, ancient prophecies. You're just one thread away from spilling the beans.
Ow, not in the face.
You're not cooperative, but we can't save the galaxy without you. So crack open an ice-cold old rebellion light, oh knower of the unknowable, and join us for the rest of the adventure.
Mr. Overinformed Local Alien.
Old Rebellion Ale, LLC, formerly Imperial Beer Corporation, Corellia.
Attention malpractice victims, you have been harmed. Help is on the way.
Hi.
Hey, Planet! Is your hairline receding faster than your career? Come to Toupee Planet, where we have the largest selection of head rugs in the galaxy. Each toupee is built using the finest selection of hairs handpicked from the gardens of Rogaine 5. Under the care of master gardeners, the Roganians work around the clock to assure that only the most exceptional of products. Is your crew a little slower responding to your orders these days? When they look at you, do they seem to be looking just above your eyes? Are you starting to have trouble finding a girl in every port? It might be your hair. Come on down to Toupee Planet and let us turn your don't into a brand new do. Toupee Planet.
At Captain's Chairs Unlimited, you can find the galaxy's largest selection of captain's chairs. We're guaranteed to have just what you need. Whether you're looking for a basic Spartan Series captain's chair or the top-of-the-line next-generation collection of Executive Command loungers, we have them in stock and ready to install today. And of course, we have the ever-popular Original Series captain's chair, featuring a heated seat, recliner, and ooh, vibration. Now available with reinforced wider seating for discerning captains ever so slightly past their prime. Captain's Chairs Unlimited, fulfilling all of your captainly backside needs since 1999. Conveniently located in the Sol asteroid belt behind Frankfurt's coffee store number 732,491.
You know, it's happened to every one of us. You fall out of a time vortex and wham! You find you have no bars on your cross-dimensional phone. That's when you realize you forgot something important in your previous time frame, but now you can't ask your buddy to bring it over for you. And those faster-than-time drives can sure take their sweet time spinning up. Don't you hate it? Well, UT&T is the answer. We have more bars and more eras. Come in and take a look at our 4D coverage maps and compare them to any other carrier. Plus, UT&T is the exclusive carrier for the new 86G iThought. You've heard about it, you've read about it, now it's here. The latest in implantable quantum phones now includes iDrunk Dialed, so you can go back and prevent yourself from placing an unfortunate call you've already made. Come on down and see us in our new freestanding store in orbit around Pluto. You'll be glad you did.
SciFiSurplus.com. Welcome back on. And we wanted to take a little bit of time today to preview the premier athletic competitions that are going to be coming up next month.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, we're referring to the Galactic Olympics, which kick off with the opening ceremonies in just a few days.
Right. Though I'd have to tell you that I can't really say I've ever understood the opening ceremony, at least not without translation.
They do that every time. It's usually really artsy. I don't know how you could make sense of that without the announcer actually, kind of interpreting it all for you.
And usually the only thing about it that's really cool is how they go to lighting the torch at the top of the stadium. I can remember back a decade or so ago when the runner tried to hand the torch off to that dragon from some outlying planet.
Oh, I remember that. He ate the little torch, and the guy holding it, and then he blew a fireball across the stadium, and he ignited the big torch that way. That was awesome. So what kind of sports should we be keeping an eye on this year?
Well, I keep an eye on tentacle ball, of course.
Which we should clarify for our listeners is like the European tentacle ball, ball and not the American tentacle ball.
Right. You don't line up and run a play. Anyway, I think it should be an interesting tournament there this time. The cephalopods from the Miskatonic Confederation certainly seem to have the upper tentacle, but you can never rule out the Squid Alliance.
It should be fun. Now, what about the recording delays this year?
Yeah, that was a big problem last time. Everyone was using temporal temps to find out the results of matches before they happened, so they think they have a way this year to combat that. Basically, all the Olympics are taking place inside of a huge, ginormous box, and they'll open that box in a few days and see who won each of the competitions.
Oh, and so then everyone has both won and lost.
Right. Until someone actually opens the box and looks.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that works then. Anything else that we should know before this kicks off?
Well, don't look for a team from the planet Serenity to make it this year. I guess someone within the Fox regime canceled their tickets. There's a concern that the participants from the fringe planets, too, for much the same reason.
I think I heard that somewhere. We probably should have seen that one coming, though. Well, no matter what happens, I'm excited about the Galactic Olympics. Thanks for the rundown, Randy.
My pleasure.
There have been... And joining us again on the Temporal Temps hotline is Casey. Hello, Casey. Great to be back again. Glad to have you. So, Casey, last time we talked, you were calling from about 20 minutes into the future. Where are you now?
Well, Casey, I happen to be calling from the year 2013.
Oh, wow. That's quite a call. You're not going to ask to reverse the toll charges, are you?
Oh, no. I called because I thought you might be interested in what happened in 2012.
Oh, yeah. You mean the year the Mayan calendar runs out. I think those Stargate guys are making a movie out of it.
Yeah, I remember that movie now. Hate to tell you, it's more like The Day After Tomorrow than Stargate. Sorry to disappoint you.
That's fine. I'll probably see it anyway.
Yes, I will.
So you're calling to tell us what happened in 2012. You're not afraid of disrupting the timeline?
Oh, you're way past that now. It's big, but trust me that nothing I say here will change anything. And I think our listeners might enjoy knowing about it in advance.
Okay, I trust myself enough to give it a shot. Go ahead, spill the beans.
It all starts in early 2012 when...
This is a test of the Intergalactic Emergency Broadcast System. This is only a test. This has been a test of the Intergalactic Emergency Broadcast System. Had this been an actual emergency due to imminent invasion, a wandering black hole, or so forth, this message would be followed by news and information. This concludes our test of the Intergalactic Emergency Broadcast System.
Peanut butter. I mean, who knew?
Wow, that is spectacular. I think we're all really looking forward to that now. Thanks for calling in and sharing that with us, Casey.
No problem. Enjoy the rest of 2008.
SciFiSurplus. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Roger Babblemuch, owner of Roger's Old Time Formula for Learning Other Languages. You know nothing beats actually knowing another language. Real-time interpretive technologies are great, but even when they aren't on the fritz, you still have plenty of serious lip-sync problems to deal with. That's a huge distraction to contend with when you're negotiating a complicated trade agreement or trying to pick up green girls. When was the last time you tried to tell a group of aliens that you were part of their team only to learn later that what you actually said was that you were a jelly donut? Not that long ago, was it? Roger's Old Time Formula for Learning Another Language is a simple, easy, immersive method to understand and speak an alien language. At ROTFLOL, you can learn useful languages like Mylorian, Klaxon Warrior, Kapla, Chubby Wooby, Marceau, and Ooby Dooby. ROTFLOL, the alpha and omega of language learning systems.
SciFiSurplus.com.
Wait, don't go anywhere.
SciFiSurplus. We'll be right back.
Old Rebellion Light presents Real Androids of Exceptional Intelligence.
Real androids of exceptional intelligence.
Today we salute you, Mr. Droid that can interface with anything.
Mr. Droid that can interface with anything.
You're packing everything from a serial port to a dual inline longitudinal digital output connector somewhere inside that tiny 4-foot frame of yours. How? We may never know.
I'm bigger on the inside than the outside.
Wireless? Oh, please. That's for wimpy girly man droids.
I've got your wireless W right here, buddy.
When we need to hack into the central mainframe, it's you we turn to. So crack open an ice-cold old rebellion light, possessor of all things pluggable. I'm not sure what you'll do with it, but you've certainly earned it.
Mr. Droid that can interface with anything.
Old Rebellion Ale, LLC, formerly Imperial Beer Corporation, Corellia.
At the Galactic Department of Transportation, we know that when you go from planet to planet, it can be a little difficult adjusting to the local driving rules. We just wanted to remind everyone that 5 years ago, we standardized a few of the driving rules throughout the Alpha Quadrant to make things a little easier for interplanetary travelers. One of the changes you may remember was standardizing the practice of allowing a right turn at a red light. We know this was a confusing practice for many of you, especially the Vorgons, who were accustomed to filing an application in triplicate before turning right on red. And of course, a couple of species felt they needed to wait for divine guidance before turning, guidance that usually came in the form of a green light. Remember, if you don't turn right on red, you risk exposing yourself as a visiting alien on some of the non-spacefaring planets. Let's not forget, too, that entire wars have started over less.
If you have recently swapped bodies with another being, you understand how frustrating it can be to convince friends and loved ones that you are truly who you say you are. No matter how many intimate details you are able to convey to your spouse, she still sees you as a convicted criminal behind bars. And try as you might, you cannot convince her that the man posing as her husband is not, in fact, her husband. I Am Me takes all the pain and frustration out of accidental identity switching. Whether it was a transporter accident, evil spirits, or a poorly chosen face transplant, I Am Me is there to set things right. After one visit to one of our stores and a short session with one of our professional mediums, your identity is confirmed using state-of-the-art, mostly legal methods. We also make prison calls. I Am Me can also help with the recently deceased. If someone you don't know claims to be carrying around your late spouse, bring them in. We'll have them verified and get the two of you out the door in no time. I Am Me Identification Services, assuring the unsure since 2167.
SciFiSurplus.com.
And now it's time to talk about the new Star Wars, the
Sci-Fi Surplus. We'll be right back.
Do you find yourself stressing because your favorite starship apparently lacks a bathroom?
I've been through every book, looked at every schematic. I just don't see how they can make a ship that big and not allow for a bathroom.
Do you find yourself struggling to reconcile details?
The stardates don't line up. They just don't. I can't make it work out.
At Shatner Life Implantation Institute, we can help. Just listen to one of our success stories.
I used to obsess over these little things, maps that don't make sense, motivations that just aren't there, propulsion systems that can't work. It drove me nuts, and honestly, I was driving others around me nuts too. That's when I heard the message. I needed to get a life. Now I'm gainfully employed at Orbit Burger.
Shatner Life Implantation Institute, where we want to help you to
get a life.
Hey, honey, can you get me a soda from the fridge?
Am I just a slave for you now? You can't get up and get it for yourself?
Why do you have to go and make everything a big deal? You could have just said no. You don't have to fly off the handle like that.
Oh, you mean like you do whenever I ask you to do something simple like take the trash out.
The trash? Honey, there was like 2 minutes left in the tentacle ball game, and you're pestering me to take out the trash. You know, you're just like your mother.
What do you know about my mother? It's not like you can bring yourself to even make it to a family reunion.
Oh, please, that bunch of latte-sipping yuppies, the space pub couldn't be around them for much more than 5 minutes without cursing. I guarantee it.
Yeah, like your family is some big prize. Any week one of them isn't on Galactic Cops is a week the show is on hiatus.
You're a real piece of work, you know. And yet I can see that your displaced hostility toward me is just a knee-jerk reaction to the many bad relationships you've had in your past.
Oh, yeah. And you're just insecure because your mother, like every other woman in your life, has left you for another woman.
I'm sorry I asked you to get me a soda rather than just getting it myself. I didn't intend to make you feel unappreciated.
And I'm sorry I snapped at you. I should have realized you were exhausted from a long day at work and offered you a soda.
Grok Snacks Mind Focus Bars. Fixing relationships one bar at a time.
SciFiSurplus.com.
And we are back.